YouTube? Houston here. For those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. And for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. And for my favorite patrons, always double salute. Now, today's video, we're going to continue on reviewing the Wells Fargo different credit cards, okay? And understanding that Wells Fargo, I'm continuing to tell you guys, things are changing in the banking industry, and you really need to take advantage of what's going on. And that means that you should possibly, if you can, open up a checking account, especially with banks that are like FICO 9, because they're easier to build up your credit score much faster. So opening up a checking account, savings account, if you have bad credit, maybe getting a secured card. Wells Fargo doesn't have a secured card. That's the only thing about it. They offer a secured card for business, but not on the personal side. But nonetheless, I would open up a checking account, savings account, and at least start doing weekly deposits in reference to building a good relationship with Wells Fargo. Now, again, like I said, they pull Experian FICO 9. The average credit score to get one of their credit cards is a 660. Okay, but nonetheless, they have a card that came out that you really should consider getting, but we're going to actually understand how to build up your FICO 9 credit score first, and that's by having your rent reported. And the reason you want your rent reported, because that's going to help you get larger lines of credit. Not only that, in reference to, say that you're trying to get a mortgage, and this housing market, it's crazy. You know, it's very hard to get a mortgage. But the thing about it, the FHA is changing their rules, trying to make it much easier for housing affordability. They're looking at 40-year mortgages. They're also incorporating your rent payments. If you're showing that you can pay $700, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 in rent, then you definitely should be able to afford a mortgage. And that's the way that FHA is looking at it. So it's very important that you start having rent reported on your credit file, okay? Now, other ways for you to build up your FICO 9 credit score, again, if you have subscriptions like Netflix, Hulu, your car insurance, your gym membership, you can go to Grow Credit or Perch and sign up with them and add your subscriptions. Also, having pledge loans. One of the things, like I notice, that people like, well, I got denied. Well, you either have too high of a debt to income ratio, or you may have just too many open revolving accounts. Okay, that's another thing, and you don't have any loans on there. That also can affect your credit report, right? You can also use Experian Boost to boost up your credit score. Definitely authorized users, okay? But it's certain authorized users because it carries over the credit history. Now, if you need to understand more about authorized users or understanding more about how to clearly look at your credit report, click the link below and schedule a one-on-one consultation, okay? Then you have the extra debit card app as well as One Financial. So you using your debit card for a lot of your transactions and stuff like that. Your debit card can actually be a trade line on your credit file, okay? And of course, we just talked about rent reporting. Now, here's the card that I would definitely, if you're trying to get out of credit card debt, okay, say that you're trying to get out of credit card debt and you have some balances on other credit cards and stuff, this may be the card you want to look at. It's the Wells Fargo Reflect card, okay? And to my understanding, they start you out at $5,000, all right? But this is a very high premium card. They said an average credit score is about a 720. However, a lot of times with banks, depending on your relationship with them, you can get this credit card with at least a 700, right? And I just showed you how to build up your FICO 9 credit score. Okay, so they don't do an income verification. It is a hard pull. The hard pull is good for 30 days, so you can apply for multiple credit cards with Wells Fargo with that one hard pull. Now, there's no annual fee. Now, like I said, 21 months of no interest on balance transfers. 21 months. That's definitely a card that you want to take a look at, especially if you're trying to get out of credit card debt and you need to transfer your credit card. Now, under, that being said, there's other ways to build up your FICO 9 with other financial instruments we're going to talk about as well. So again, the reason that I like this card because it gives you 21 months with a 0% on a balance transfer. Now, say that your credit score isn't a 720 or 700. There's some other cards you can look at. You have the PETAL 1 and PETAL 2 cards, which go from 300 to 5,000 on the PETAL 1 and 300 to 10,000 on the PETAL 2. Again, a FICO 9 Experian. No hard pull on the credit once you accept the card, and it reports to all three credit bureaus. One of the interesting things about these type of cards is they're more focused on your education level, your cash flow, how long you've been on your job, how long you've been at your residence. In reference to a credit score, they will more or less look over that if you have those other things in place. So if you have good stability on your job, you've been at your place of residence for a long period of time, you have other accounts that's been reporting pretty good, then that's what they're actually looking at, okay? Now, Upstart. Upstart offers loans and stuff. Again, this is why I'm telling you guys, again, it's a FICO 9 system. So for those of you that are worried about dealing with the banks not wanting to give you any funding and stuff, so your fintech companies may be a better option for you to build up your credit to get maximum amount of funding and then switch back over to the regular financial institutions like Wells Fargo to start getting their Wells Fargo Reflect card, credit card, right? So the thing about this is with Upstart, they go from 1,000 to 50,000. TransUnion FICO 9, as a matter of fact, they actually show you what you actually qualify for before you even accept the approval. So which is great. Again, soft pull just to qualify. Your debt to income ratio, average most of these type of cards, they're working with a DTI of maybe about 55 to close to 75% DTI, okay? And the good thing about Upstart, they're available in all 50 states, all right? Now, the minimum income is about $12,000 annually, okay? So that's about $1,000 a month. This is definitely one of those lenders you want to look for, especially if you're in the freelance industry, like delivering for DoorDash, Instacart, that type of thing, and you trying to get some funding or whatever. That I think is a good opportunity, especially if you have a low credit score or you're building up your credit and you need to get funding. Is the upgrade. Now with the upgrade credit card, again, their minimum credit score is a 560. Average credit score is a 678. Now their loans and credit cards go from 500 up to 50,000. Now your minimum annual income, they don't state, but your average is about 78,000. Okay. Now that doesn't mean that you, the individual, alone should be making 78,000. But maybe if you have other people in the household, you can include that income if you're married and stuff like that. But also keep this in mind, because you're not making 78,000 does not mean that you won't qualify. Okay. Again, with these type of lenders, they're more focused on how long you've been on the job, you know, your debt to income ratio. One of the good things about this card that I like about Upgrade is that their DTI, they specifically say, is about 75%. Okay, so you have to have at least two accounts on the credit file. So if you're a newbie building up your credit, especially with a FICO 9, I just showed you how to actually build up that credit to build a stronger relationship with Wells Fargo to get the Wells Fargo Reflect credit card. The unfortunate thing about this card, now, They don't operate in Colorado, Idaho, New York, Vermont, Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. But the good thing about it, there's no fees, no annual fees. So I like this here card. Now, if you have the opportunity to join Navy Federal, okay, then I would definitely tell you the first card, especially if you're working with a 720, I would definitely tell you the first card that I would get, I wouldn't go for the flagship. I would go for the rewards Visa, okay, because we know that it starts out about 5,000. Okay, but you have to become a member of Navy Federal, and it's a FICO 9 TransUnion. Okay, and after 91 days, you can request a credit card increase. But if you have a 720 credit score, if you've done the data points with Navy Federal for us open up a flagship checking account, if you did a savings account, if you had either a CD or pledge loan, I would tell you to do the pledge loan. And then if you qualify for the overdraft protection account, I would do those accounts. Okay, the reason is because of their internal data. So even if you have bad credit, but you have multiple accounts with them, especially with direct deposit, they're willing to give you more than $5,000 on a credit card. Okay, I'm talking about 15, 25,000 because I made several videos showing proof that people with a 530 credit score got a $25,000 credit card with Navy Federal. Okay, now PENFED. PENFED is another FICO 9 credit card, right? So not only are you looking at Wells Fargo, now you see that you can either go the fintech route, the credit union route, or the traditional bank route. In terms of working with you, now again, PENFED, their Power Cash rewards. I just made a video about PENFED. I'll put a link in the description so you can actually, I broke it down in terms of all the PENFED credit cards and how to build that relationship with them, as well as how to join PENFED, okay? But their Visa signature card, people have said that they've only been giving them like 1,500. But here's the thing about it. Again, as I stated earlier in the video, if you're trying to get larger lines of credit with like PENFED and stuff, it's all about the internal. You know, do you have a checking account with them? Do you have a savings account with them? Do you have a CD with them? Do you have a car loan with them? The biggest difference between PENFED and Navy Fed is that PENFED interest rates are lower and Navy Fed gives you higher lines of credit. So I would, if I had to choose between the two, I think I'd still go with Navy Federal if I'm able to get in. Now, and because Navy Federal also have business checking, business bank accounts as well with business credit cards also. So you're able to double dip. Now, the good thing about PENFED, you can use that one application up to 30 days. So you can apply for multiple products with them with only the one hard inquiry. So that's another thing that I do like about PENFED. I wish they offer business checking accounts. I would definitely have a stronger relationship with them. I do have a card with them and a savings account, but they don't have a business account. And I know if they had a business account, they'd probably be very generous, just like Navy Federal, okay? But the good thing about it, like I said, there's a video in the description that you can actually look at all about PENFED, all right? And then, again, you have to become a member, which is very easy, and FICO 9 Equifax. Now, if you have other questions about business credit, personal credit, business credit funding, personal credit funding, click the link in the description and schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.